I still want to do this shit.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
But you know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
And you think it's funny?
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Well, some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's a contract I feel like you got to have with yourself, too, in order for you to be a, you know, great ball player or to have a long career. That's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to another Hear Me Out podcast. I'm your host, Stan the Man Griffin. As you've seen recently, Kevin Durant on a podcast with LeBron James took a poke at Michael Jordan for retiring after his first three-peat. This is the same year that MJ's father was murdered to pursue a dream his father had for him to one day play professional baseball. KD thought it was funny, as did LeBron James, who laughed at the swipe at MJ. MJ returned to baseball and won 3 more consecutive NBA titles and 6 rings and 6 final MVPs. That's 2 three-peats, a feat that neither Kevin Durant nor LeBron James will ever accomplish. LeBron is in his 23rd season now. And in this video, they're both trying to make the point that the thing to do is to have longevity. That longevity should be the goal. But a longevity is not a total stats of what you accomplished in your life. Is it better to live 100 years and hardly do anything, or to live 33 years and accomplish 3 times as much as the guy that lived 100 years old? That's what we're going to be talking about today. This is the point that LeBron James and Kevin Durant are trying to make. The goal should be to play 20 years. Well, the reason that they're making that argument is because they can't catch that LeBron James and Kevin Durant will never catch Michael Jordan and all his scoring titles and the 6 MVPs and the 2 three-peats. They'll never be able to do that. And I'm going to go over a whole bunch of other stats that these 2 individuals will never accomplish if they play 50 more years that Michael Jordan did accomplish in his 14 full seasons. He played 15 seasons, but 1 year he set out with a broken foot. So you really only count about 14 seasons for Michael Jordan, who accomplished 3 times more than what LeBron James or Kevin Durant accomplished in their lifetime. And he has never called himself the GOAT. And you're going to see in this later video, LeBron says he's the GOAT. Self-delusion.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what
many
I felt.
reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
I've never heard one of the greatest say they were the greatest of all time. That was very interesting to me. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Oof, man. You know what? It's one thing. We all sit at this table all the time and sing his praises.
Yeah.
I think LeBron is a great player. Yeah. I just think that's disrespectful, honestly, to Bill Russell. What did Bill Russell do? Won every time. He said, all right, fellas, you want to win? Come with me. We'll go on the floor. That's what this game's all about. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he was great on time, all levels, though, Kareem. The best in high school, the best in college, and the best in the pros at one time.
That's what I'm saying. Michael. I mean, there's just so many. 2 of my good, Larry and Magic. I mean, just led teams and turned the league around. You don't need to say that about yourself. Let other people say that for you. I mean, I was kind of surprised because I had read about it. But that's the first time I had actually heard him say it. Made me the GOAT. I'm like, damn.
That was Kevin McHale saying that it's very disrespectful for him to say that he's the greatest of all time. When you think about Bill Russell, who won 11 championships, and you think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was great in high school and in college and in pro and won 6 championships. You cannot say that you're the greatest. In fact, the Bible has something to say about this. And so let's take a look at what the Bible has to say about this. And this is Proverbs, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 2. And I'm going to read from the King James Version first. And then I'm going to read from the New King James Version. And it says this: let another man praise thee, and not thy own mouth, a stranger, not thine own lips. And this is from the New King James Version, the same verse, Proverbs 27:2. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. Why would God put that in scriptures for us to read? Because if a man is singing his own praises, then it just is a bunch of fluff puff and attitude and arrogance. If someone else calls you the greatest, then that's their opinion. That's from someone else's viewpoint, not from your own arrogant heart. And the one thing that God does not like is arrogant people who boastfully boast about things that they know not of. And James, the book of James says this: he gives more grace. Therefore, he says, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. And then in Romans 11:18, it says this: do not boast against the branches. Now, what is the branches in this case? The branches in this case concerning the NBA and someone bragging about themselves being the GOAT is all the people that came before you in different time periods and in different eras. And this is something that Michael Jordan talked about. You can't say that someone's the greatest because there's different areas. There's different things that people went up against in different eras that you cannot really quantify who's really the greatest of all time. But if someone is going to say that they're the greatest of all time, they shouldn't say it. They should let another man say it. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth. Do not boast against the branches in Romans 11:18. But if you do boast, remember that you do not support the root, but the root supports you. These people that played before LeBron James supported him. He is the reason that they're playing. The Julius Irvings, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons, the Bill Russells, those people are the people that are the root of the game. That the only reason that LeBron James is playing is because they were the root, and they are the branches that branch off to allow LeBron James and Kevin Durant play the game. So it is just ignorance and stupid for anybody to crown themselves the GOAT. Crown themselves the GOAT. And like I said in the earlier video that you watched, they were trying to make the argument, him and both Kevin Durant were trying to make the argument that the goal should be longevity. Now the goal should be leave it all on the floor. Leave everything on the floor so when you walk away from the game, you have done everything that you needed to do. And that is what Michael Jordan did. That is what Magic Johnson did. That is what Larry Bird did. And they didn't walk away boasting. There has to be some humility in it. And this is something that Isaiah Thomas in his next clip is going to be talking about. There has to be some humility. And with LeBron James, there is no humility. Sounds like Satan talk to me. Let's talk about it.
I think he's a great player. I think he's been great for the game. But let other people say that for you. To me, it's just disrespectful for a lot of people that came before you that were great players. And you said it to begin with, Chris. You can't compare eras and all that stuff. All these guys have been so great in their era. I just didn't like. I didn't like the way that sounded to me. Just
because I love LeBron, but I'm gonna call timeout on this one because and I'll speak definitely to LeBron, or I'll say it to his face. you never, there's a certain thing about greatness that demands that you have humility with greatness. Now, I've never heard, even though we argue about Michael Jordan being the greatest of all time, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being the greatest of all time, LeBron James being the greatest of all time, we have those arguments in debate. I have never heard Michael Jordan say he's the greatest of all time. Yeah. Even though he may think that, even though Kareem may think that, right? You just don't come out and say that. Now, in this era, you know, maybe it's okay for people to come out and say that. All I know, if I was in the league right now and you talking about you the greatest of all time, dude, I'm getting ready to do you. I'm coming at you. Like, and you may be, but to say that is just totally disrespectful to me as one of your competitors, as one of your teammates, as someone in your generation right now. It's just, you don't come out and say that. So with greatness, there's a certain amount of humility that goes with that. Now, somebody will probably come back and say, well, Muhammad Ali said, I'm the greatest, but that was a single man sport.
Yeah, individual sport.
That was an individual sport.
Yeah.
So what Isaiah Thomas and Kevin McHale and Chris Webber were all saying there, and I think Isaiah Thomas summed it up pretty good. There has to be some humility there. Well, people will talk about, well, what about Muhammad Ali? That was a single man sport. That's one man against another man, just like MMA fighters. That's one man in the ring and an octagon with another man in the octagon. And if you want to go further, a tennis player can say that I'm the best in the world because it's one man or one woman against another man or another woman. A golfer can say that. It's Tiger Woods against somebody else, or Arnold Palmer against somebody else, or Jack Nicklaus against somebody else. So, but when you're talking about a team sport, you cannot say that you're the greatest when it takes four other people on that floor, or if you're a football player, 11 other people on the field with you that has to help you out to do the things you need to do. Let another man sing your praises. That is something that should be drilled into every person's head, every child's head. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. Proverbs 27:2. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. So let other people say it. If anybody's going to say that you're the greatest, let other people say it, but do not let that come out of your own mouth, because you don't know if you're the greatest or not. And the people have to decide who's the greatest or not. And if you took a census and you took all the people in the world who thought who was the greatest basketball player, you will have some that'll say Bill Russell. You will have some that'll say Magic Johnson. You will have some that'll say Larry Bird. You will have some that'll say Michael Jordan. You will have some that'll say just a plethora of different people that they honed in on when they were watching basketball that they really liked. You're going to have that. That is just something that you cannot get away from. But let other people, let the majority of other people, if you're going to be crowned the greatest of all time, let them say it because of the things that they seen you do, not out of your own mouth. Now, the reason that LeBron James and Kevin Durant was in that video earlier that I showed, and they were trying to say that longevity is the goal because they now know that in their careers, they are not going to catch any of Michael Jordan's stats. Some of the things that he did are just out of reach for them. And so they're trying to move the goalposts of what is great by saying it has to be longevity. But longevity does not mean that you're great. There are drug addicts that live to be 90. Are they greater than the guy that was a heart surgeon? Are they greater than the guy that saved people's lives and that was the firefighter and saved hundreds and thousands of people's lives from fires? No. So longevity is not a measuring stick for greatness. Longevity is just it, longevity. And a sloth can live long enough if he stays in the tree long enough where he doesn't fall to the ground and get eaten by a tiger or a lion. Give me a break, people. But see, you can't. That's just trying to move the goalpost because they'll never catch Michael Jordan in the thing, and that's why they're swiping at him. They're swiping at him. But I'm gonna get into some deeper spiritual things here in just a minute.
Jack and Tiger never played against each other. They never played in the same tournament. They never played with the same equipment. They never played with the same, length of golf course. I never played against Will Chamberlain. I never played against, Jerry West. To now say that, one's greater than the other is being a little bit, unfair. I think when you can see the similarities and you understand, this is one way you can judge the two. How much impact did each change or evolve the game? Jack during his time when he played, or Tiger during his time. Now, obviously Jack won more during the time he played. Tiger evolved it to where it was, it crossed a lot of different boundaries, where it's not just a white guy's sport. The black guys, Afro-Americans, all the minorities play the game. And you play it at a level to where it generated so much interest financially that it grew the game from a financial standpoint. Now, does that constitute him being the greatest, or does that mean he's any less than Jack? I think is unfair. Yeah, Jack probably has 18 majors than Tiger's got 14. And I think those are when, that's how people are judging certain things. I won 6 championships. Bill Russell won 11. Does that make Bill Russell better than me and make me better than him? No, because we play at different eras. So when you try to equate who's the greatest of all time, it's an unfair parallel. It's an unfair choice. And I think, those are the demons that, obviously Tiger had to live with, and he's going to be challenged and he's going to be graded upon that. But for me, I think they're both great. I would never say one is greater than the other. That's me. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Now, that was a brilliant analogy by Michael Jordan. MJ, he just told it like it was. You can't say that Jack Nicklaus, or Tiger Woods are better than one another. One won 18 majors and Tiger won 14. Some of the things that happened in Tiger's life toward the end there was self-inflicted. They were self-inflicted wounds. But those are part of your legacy too. But can you say that one is greater than the other? No, you can't. And Michael Jordan has enough common sense and enough humility to say, can I say that I'm better than Bill Russell? He won 11, I won 6. So does that make him greater than me, or does that make me better than him? No, you can't, because we played in different eras. The circumstances are always different in each generation and in each era in which these people perform their athletic abilities in. Things change. Things go through different changes. Training comes into effect. So you can't say that one is better than the other. And for LeBron James to sit there, I think that when I won that championship, that made me the greatest of all time. That made me the greatest of all time. Well, that you're singing your own praises. And that is only something that Satan does. Satan is the only person out there that likes to sing his own praises, like to build himself up. That's an attribute of Satan. I'm sorry, that may be hurting some people's feelings right now, but I'm just telling it like it is. That's an attribute of Satan. The Bible says this, and I'll read that scripture for you again. Proverbs 27:2. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. Romans 11:18, New King James Version. Do not boast against the branches, but if you do boast, remember that you do not support the root, but the root supports you. So it is what these people have done before LeBron James that supports what he does. He is not the root. He is just the fruit off the branches of which these people have grown. And they are the root which holds the whole tree together. And you cannot sit there and live off someone else's work that they did to allow you to do what you do today and then say that you're better than they are and then try to snub Michael Jordan in a podcast by saying, yeah, he quit for 3 years. Yeah, well, he quit when his dad was murdered. His dad was murdered the same year that he won his 3rd straight championship. And so he said, well, I'll try to fulfill my father's dream to go play professional basketball. Baseball. He always wanted me to play baseball. That's what Michael Jordan grew up playing more than basketball, was baseball. He got into basketball later in life, but he grew up playing baseball, and I've seen pictures of him as a kid with a baseball hat on and a baseball bat in his hand. So that was something that was the sport that his father loved. And Michael Jordan ended up being great in basketball. So let's continue.
I want to go on the court with the NBA. Where's Kevin Durant and his legacy? Is he being tarnished? Where are you at with him? You mentioned your top 7 guys. Where are you at with what's happened recently with Durant, with the Suns, and of course with Brooklyn?
Yeah, Kevin's a great player. I think that his legacy is complicated. I don't like any guys who join super teams. I'm biased against LeBron when it comes to comparing him to Michael, joining Dwayne and those guys. Because, when we have this debate, and LeBron's amazing and spectacular, but I was like, Michael didn't join anybody. He just kept getting his ass kicked and got bigger and got stronger and finally knocked the wall down. And, Kevin, who's a great player, other than the fact when he joined the Warriors, he hasn't been successful anywhere else. And I don't hold that against him, but he wants to be considered in that list. He's not on that list. He's not on that list. He's a great, great player, but he's not on that list. He wants to be like, wow, he's not in the GOAT conversation, because you're not, plain and simple.
Damn.
You had great success when you joined the Warriors, but not only did you not have success, you actually flamed out in those other places. You got swept last year in the playoffs. You didn't even make the play-in this year.
For the Bulls, as Jordan has come up with another steal.
Michael Jordan puts on a show.
It's an effort by Jordan, who has it on the break, driving all the way in. Oh, God! An unbelievable move! He put it in and it counts!
Michael. Oh, my goodness!
See, that's the strength of Michael Jordan.
MJ wants to go down and post up. McElvain over to double team. Michael underneath.
Around, Howard throws it up over his...
Get it to Jordan. Here's trouble. 3-on-3. Jordan in deep. Jordan all the way. Score! He put his right arm out full length. Held it.
Catch it, now throws it back to Michael. Out of one hand. From 15 off the board.
Talk about an athlete. What a shot. This time at half court. Oh, Michael Jordan!
He said Grant Hill just wants to be the best that Grant Hill can be. And Michael Jordan is being the best Michael Jordan right now.
Rodman screening for Jordan, who takes on just about the whole New York defense to bring his total to 41.
The fat lady is clearing her throat. Jordan draws the contact. It counts in a foul. Just when you think. There's Michael Jordan.
Get anything out of it at all.
Oh, great move.
Oh, yes! I'm sorry, yes! Oh! Fires it down. Jordan with Ewing back. Jordan around Ewing. A sensational move by Michael Jordan.
3 seconds. Jordan's more some shots left. Oh, yes! Win.
Jordan with 2 seconds left. Jordan's a win. Trying to win it at the buzzer. Jordan has it. Top of the key. Moves up at the buzzer. He did it again.
Dennis gives it to Mike. Oh, a 10. A 10 and a posted play for Michael.
Woo. Short behind the back to beat Gronkowski. Goes right at Wingate. What a move.
When he decides to elevate his game, he
Listen, I could have went on and on with that highlight reel. There is just so much stuff out there of Michael Jordan in his highlight reels that it is just unbelievable, and him doing unbelievable things. But here's some points that I'm going to make, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Look, here's what people need to understand. LeBron James is in his 23rd season. He has only 79 games in which he has scored 40 points or more. MJ scored 173 40-point games or more in only 15 seasons. And like I said at the beginning of this video, it's actually just 14 because he broke his foot in his second season and set out almost a complete season. So it's 14 complete seasons. That's more than double what LeBron James has done in 8 fewer years played. Check this out. 79 games of 40 points or more. 173 40-point games or more in 14 years. Think about that. He did it in 8 fewer years. So LeBron James will never match that. He's never going to catch him in that category, even if he plays until he's 100. He's never going to catch him. LeBron James, like I said, he's in his 23rd season, and James has only led the league in scoring one time in his 23 seasons. Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times, 10 straight years in a row. You hear me? He led the league in scoring 10 times, 10 straight years in a row. LeBron James has played all 82 games. Now, there's 82 games in a regular NBA season. LeBron James has played all 82 games in a season one time. One time. Michael Jordan played all 82 games in a season 9 times. 9 times. When Michael Jordan was playing, there was no load management. Load management is just people who don't want to play because I'm tired. Load management. What is load management, man? What is load management? It's for lazy people. You don't want to sit back in your lazy pet boy chair and watch the game instead of be out there playing. Michael Jordan once said, I wanted to play every game because I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to see that guy that worked his butt off to get tickets up there in the rafters who's yelling at me. I wanted to show him how good I was. So he's played all 82 games 9 times. And if you count playing over 80 games, he's played over 80 games. Michael Jordan has played over 80 games 11 times in a season. So, LeBron James left Cleveland to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami and won 2 championships. But when he went there, they did a video talking about not just 1 championship, not just 2 championships, not just 3 championships, not just 4 championships, not just 5 championships, not just 6, not 7, not 8. They were talking about they've just going to run the table for years. They won 2 and then started getting dusted off. And what did LeBron do? He quit and went back to Cleveland again. He went back to Cleveland. See, Michael Jordan never left Chicago to form a super team with other stars. He stayed in Chicago, the team that drafted him, and built a dynasty from the ground up, winning 6 titles and was named MVP in all 6 championships. So Michael Jordan has never lost in the finals. Never. If he made it to the finals, he won it all. And he made it 6 times, 2 three-peats. 2 3-peats. And he won all of them and was named most valuable player in the finals in all 6 finals that he won. MJ never lost a final he went to. LeBron James went to 10 NBA finals, winning 4 times. He lost 6 times. So he's lost as many times in the finals as Michael Jordan has won. Michael Jordan was named to first team all defense 9 times in his career and defensive player of the year once. LeBron James made the first all defensive team 5 times. He never won defensive player of the year. Until recently, Michael Jordan was the only player until recently to lead the league in scoring the same year, be voted the most valuable player of the regular season the same year, and be named first team all defense and most valuable player in the finals all in the same year. He did it 5 times. 5 times. He was first team all defense, led the league in scoring, was the most valuable player in the regular season, and was the most valuable player in the finals. And he led the league in scoring also all those years. He did it 5 times. LeBron James can play until he's 150, and he will never do that. He will never do it. MJ did it 5 times. This is a feat that neither LeBron James nor Kevin Durant will ever match or surpass, even if they play until they are 100 years old. So this is why LeBron James and Kevin Durant are trying to downplay winning titles and stats and trying to move the goalposts to the goal of playing 20 years should be your goal. Playing 20 years should be your goal. It's because they'll never catch or match what Michael Jordan did in his career, and he did it in 14 years. He did it. He played 15 total, but the 1 year, like I said, he set out almost a complete whole year with a broken foot. And Michael did it in less time. So this is why they are now trying to move the goalposts of the standards of what greatness is. Longevity is not greatness. Longevity will never be greatness. It will never be greatness. You cannot mark longevity as one of the things of being great. It is not the same thing. If a guy lives to be 100 and he accomplishes nothing, is he better than the guy that only lived to be 40 and took the world by storm and had inventions and did all these great and wonderful things? Is the guy that lived to 100 who did nothing equal with the guy who only lived to be 40 who did everything, who accomplished everything? No, longevity is not a reward. If that was the case, Jesus Christ lived only to be 33 years old before he went to the cross. And he did so many miracles that the Bible says that we can't even, we don't have enough books in the world to record all that he did as this perfect man who was God in the flesh. All the miracles that he did, raising people from the dead, healing them of their sicknesses and diseases, teaching the gospel. And he went to the cross at 33 years old and rose again on the 3rd day so that you and I, that whosoever shall believe in him should not perish, but have eternal life. Now, is the guy that lives to be 150 more important than Jesus Christ? You can't move the goalposts of greatness by longevity. Methuselah lived to be 969 years old. But Methuselah did not do the things that Jesus Christ did. He didn't have the resume that Jesus Christ had. Longevity is not the goal. It's what you do with the time that you have. That is the standard. What you accomplish in the time that you are here. There's nothing wrong with living long, but living long, living to be 200 years old is nothing if you don't do anything with it. If you just live and you're just a bump on the log. Well, I was a bump on the log here on earth for 200 years. I lived to be 200 years old and I didn't do nothing. See, that's the stuff that LeBron James doesn't understand, because he can't catch Michael Jordan and what Michael Jordan did in less time. He'll never accomplish those things. He'll never lead the league in scoring 10 years. He'll never do what Michael did in leading the league in scoring, being first team all defense, being most valuable player during the regular season, doing that all in the same year, plus winning a championship. Those are things that LeBron will never be able to do, ever. So now him and Kevin Durant won't be able to do it either. So now they're moving the goalposts and trying to throw shade at Michael Jordan because he quit for a year and a half after his dad had died. He had won his first three-peat. That same year he won that third title, his first 3 titles. He quit because his dad had got murdered that year. And his dad had always dreamed of his son, Michael Jordan, playing professional basketball. So he wanted to honor his dad and go play professional baseball for a short while. And that's what he did. But see, you listen to those guys, they're throwing shade at him like he's a piece of trash, like he just walked away from the game. Well, what did he walk? He walked away from the game, but he walked away a winner. He walked away at the top of it. He was the first person in about 30 years to win the Triple Crown. 3 championships in a row. 3 in a row. Then, when he came back a year and a half later, he got back on track, and then he won 3 more championships in a row. Three more. And he could have won at least 10 in a row. He could at least won 10, but those stupid idiots in Chicago, the owners of the Bulls, you know what they were saying at the time when they won the 6th one? We want to win championships without Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. That's what they actually said. Those idiots actually had the gall to say that to the public. We want to win some championships without those 2 guys. So, here's what happens. When God gifts you with something, and you don't respect it and you throw it away, you don't get no more. You don't get no more. You don't get no more. And God gifted the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen. And those 3 dudes together were the nucleus of one of the best runs of championships in the history of the sport. Michael Jordan took basketball to a higher level. Now, who has the best selling tennis shoe still to this day? Air Jordans, Michael Jordans. LeBron's shoes don't sell like Air Jordans. People know what greatness is. People know what greatness is. And greatness isn't arrogance. Greatness isn't braggadocious. Greatness understands that they're the root of those that what they did before you is important. But with LeBron, it isn't important what Jordan did. You know why? Because he's a devil worshiper. That's why. He's a devil worshiper. He sold his soul to the devil, and the devil told him that I'm going to make you the greatest player of all time. Well, the fact of the matter is, Satan can't make you the greatest player in the world. Satan can't make you the greatest of all time. The Illuminati can't make you the greatest of all time. Only God can do that. Only God, the creator of the universe. No created being can make you the greatest. Only God can do that. That is his decision and his alone, that who's going to be the greatest at what they do or great at what they do. Gosh. The arrogance to try to take a swipe at Michael Jordan because he walked away from basketball to try to fulfill his father's dream that his father had for him after his father had been murdered. And for them to do that disgusting thing, I have no respect for LeBron James or Kevin Durant. I'm done. You people go serve Satan. Go serve your fake God. Because Jesus Christ is next to the Father on the throne. Serve your fake God. Get your little powder, LeBron, and toss it up in the air and say, Almighty Satan. I don't care how many sacrifices you do on the altar in your backyard or in your bedroom with how many pigs or whatever you sacrifice to your fake God. It ain't going to help you to be the greatest. You'll never be considered the greatest because you're doing it the wrong way and you're arrogant. See, the real colors are coming out. The real LeBron is being shown. The real Kevin Durant is showing. They're showing their true colors. They're showing that they're arrogant people. Stephen A. Smith said it this way. Michael Jordan, Kareem, Steph Curry. He has never said he was the greatest shooter, but we say that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter God ever created. A lot of people say that. But Steph Curry has never said it. And he never will because he understands humility. He understands humility. We say that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player to ever play. Even the logo, Jerry West, said that Michael Jordan was the most complete ball player he had ever seen. The most complete he has ever seen. We say that about MJ because we've seen it. We've seen him do things that nobody ever could do. We don't say that about LeBron James. We don't say it. And he did it. MJ did it in fewer years. Like I said, the stuff that I mentioned earlier, some of that stuff, most of it, LeBron will never be able to catch. Well, I've been playing for 23 years and I got the scoring record. I scored the most. Well, that's a longevity record. And Kareem had it before you did, and he played 20 years. That's a longevity record. But I never heard Kareem say that he was the best to ever play, that he was the GOAT. Because those people don't think like that. That's a satanic mindset. See, when you sell your soul to the devil and he lied to you, I'm gonna make you serve me and I'm gonna make you the greatest ever. No, you can't do that, stupid. You're not God. Only God can do that. Jeez. That's my take on this whole thing. It's a spiritual thing and it's satanic. What they're doing, what Kevin Durant is doing, and what LeBron James is doing, they are just trying to destroy the legacy of Michael Jordan because they know they'll never catch what he did. They'll never match what he did. They'll never match what he did. Michael Jordan made the game of basketball international. And he still sells more Air Jordans than any other shoe on the market, and he hasn't played in over 25 years. LeBron James isn't even the greatest Laker. He ain't the greatest Laker to ever play. He's not better than Kobe. He's not better than Kobe Bryant. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I've been gone long on this. I went a little longer in the tooth, but I had to make my point. I had to make my point. So, LeBron, you can get with a Jay-Z, your buddy, and y'all can keep making your pyramid shapes, the Eye of Horus and Egyptian devil gods and whatever you worship. It ain't gonna make you great. Only God can do that. Only God. It is his decision who's going to be great, who's going to be great. It's his decision, his alone. God bless. Keep the peace. Get to know God, but God knows everything. God knows you better than you know yourself, and he loves you more than you love yourself. Believe that. Peace.
If you only knew what I have in store for you, if you only knew what I have in store for you, girl, look at me. I'm a man on a mission. I'm out